Welcome to Slow Thinkers Podcast. One of our previous videos, uh, someone commented and said, "This is great. Now do Jeff Durbin." Well, I've heard the name Jeff Durbin before, but I've never really listened to him. I'm not acquainted with him. I don't know any of his work, but I told the commenter that absolutely I'd be happy to do that because I have heard that Jeff is very anti-LDS, and apparently he was raised in the church, but I don't think that he's carried on the things that well, I don't know, maybe he has carried on the things that he learned when he was young. In any case, I did choose one video. It's about 6 minutes long, maybe seven, and I thought I would go ahead and just um, I've downloaded the video and I'm going to cut it into little segments, and then I'm going to comment on each segment. This is something that I've done for many years, and but only in writing. And so I thought I'd try this on my video, and I've done that on the last two that I did, and it seems to work out pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this, and Jeff gets right into what he thinks about um, the Mormons. And so let's go ahead without any further ado and see what he has to say.
They borrow it, but they pour entirely different meanings into it at every point. When the Christian says, ready, Jesus Christ, you immediately right now are interpreting. When you think Jesus Christ, you're automatically, as a believer, thinking in terms of what the Bible tells you about Jesus Christ. You're thinking John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things came into being through Him, and without Him nothing came into being that came into being. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld His glory. And He is the monogenes theos, the unique and one-of-a-kind God who is in the bosom of the Father. He has made the Father known. You're thinking about that. You're thinking Colossians 1. That He is the firstborn over all creation. Prototokos means He has the preeminence. He is the firstborn over creation. Doesn't mean born. It means firstborn over creation as in He is the heir over all creation. The firstborn, He is the heir. He has all preeminence. And it says, in Him, in Jesus Christ, all things were created, whether in the heavens or on earth, visible or invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers, all things created through Jesus Christ. You see, we all do that, right? When you say Jesus Christ to a Mormon, they are thinking, immediately redefining, Jesus Christ, the literal offspring of Heavenly Father, Elohim, and one of His goddess wives in the pre-existence. Jesus Christ, Lucifer's spirit brother, not the creator of Lucifer, his spirit brother.
So right off the bat, John starts to talk about Jesus Christ. And he says, when we say the name Jesus Christ, your mind immediately starts thinking, and you start thinking about John 1, verses 1 through 3, or Colossians 1, verses 15 and 16. And he displays them nicely up on the screen, and that's great. It's helpful to be able to see that image when you're watching the video. And then he goes on to say, but when the Mormons think about Jesus, they think about a man who was born of Elohim and his polygamous wives, and he was the brother of Satan or Lucifer, and he came to this earth. And this one was a bizarre one, and we might get in it in the next segment. He says, and then Jesus came to earth, and with his polygamous wives, something, we'll get onto that, but that was a bizarre thought. That's not preached anywhere, so I don't know where he came up with that. But anyway, I wanted to show you these things. We're going to reference these scriptures that he said, and we're going to start actually with the Living Christ, which is a document that was produced in 2000 by the church, the First Presidency, and the Quorum of the 12 Apostles. And we're going to start right here. He was the great Jehovah of the Old Testament, the Messiah of the New, Under the direction of his Father, he was the creator of the earth. All things that were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. That's John 1:3. And it goes on to explain he was, though he was sinless, he was baptized to fulfill all righteousness. He went about doing good. And I'll actually leave a link to this, and you're welcome to go and read what the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints actually believes about Jesus Christ, not what Jeff wants you to believe that we believe. And the last reference I'm going to give you is a little bit of a plug for myself, I guess. But this is in my blog called Guardian Angel, I Believe. And I have a post here, Are Jesus and Satan Brothers? I'm not going to go through this with you today, but I am going to provide you with the link to this one as well. And you can read it yourself and determine for yourself what it, whether it's accurate or not accurate. So anyway, let's go ahead and move on. All right. Thank you for joining me for this episode. It was a little longer than we'd like to go, trying to go about 5 minutes, and this one went a little bit over that. But that's kind of like a talk that ends 5 minutes after sacrament meeting's over. So, it is what it is. Also, uh, sporting a new hat tonight. This is one of the covers that my wife and I will be marketing on our website. And this one is the original version. I have a new version of this same logo coming out. It's slightly modified and it'll be bigger. Hope to have those in the next couple of weeks ready to go. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Thank you for joining me tonight, and I look forward to having you come to our next video. Like I said, I've got 4 or 5 of these lined up to go. Thanks.